Behind me is the Lancaster County Jail, which is responsible for processing inmates in the larger goal of controlling crime in the city. Speaking of crime, John Jaubert, a notable serial killer, was executed in Lincoln, Nebraska on July 17, 1996. Despite being an honor student who showed a solid work ethic, he struggled at an early age because of mockery from his peers. When he was 13 years old, he poked a girl with a pencil and seemed to derive an odd pleasure from it when interviewed about it following his later convictions. The day after, he slashed a girl with a razor blade on the sidewalk. He was not caught or even identified after either of these incidents. On August 22, 1982, an 11-year-old boy was found dead just off Interstate 295 in Maine. The boy had been stabbed, strangled, and bit by his attacker. About 1 year later, a 13-year-old boy went missing in Bellevue while delivering newspapers. Eventually, he was traced to a remote gravel road where his body was found. Due to the patterns of knife marks on his body, authorities assessed that he had been tortured before death. Despite the overwhelming severity of both of these cases, as well as federal involvement in the investigation, no one knew that they were connected, and certainly not who was responsible. Just a few months later, a 12-year-old boy went missing in Papillion. Witnesses said they had seen a tan car around the time of his disappearance, which was interestingly connected with the case in Bellevue. The boy's body was found a few miles outside of the town, and he had been stabbed so brutally that he was nearly decapitated. Jaubert was caught in a very unusual way. There was no incredible breakthrough from detectives that led to his arrest, but rather, he was caught thanks to the instincts of a preschool teacher. This teacher saw Jaubert driving around suspiciously and began to write down his license plate. In response, he got out of the car and threatened her, but she was able to run away. The police were able to locate him after a search warrant was issued, which is when they found the murder weapons. After being arrested and tried for his crimes, John Jaubert was executed in the electric chair at the Nebraska State Penitentiary a couple years later. He became the second person to be executed in Nebraska following the legalization of the death penalty in 1973. While the story of John Jaubert is a frightening one, it is also very extreme. The majority of crime is far less grotesque than serial killing, and of the murders that I previously mentioned, none of them actually occurred in the city of Lincoln. As far as this city goes, its crime rate has consistently decreased since 2005, according to FBI data. As of 2023, violent crime makes up approximately 1 out of every 11 crimes that are reported. Thankfully, we live in a pretty safe city thanks to the work of law enforcement. However, if you see a strange-looking tan car anywhere in the state, it may be a good idea to flee.